Let's begin with electricity, which affects the socio-economic life of every Nigerian. The electricity grid has crashed to 0 megawatts after a fault that threw the entire country into blackouts. This is coming 38 days after a similar collapse on the 12th of June and just 20 days after the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission activated a partial contract order for the electricity market to guarantee 5,000 and at least 4,000 megawatts. The latest system collapse is the fifth this year. Judy, this sounds, I don't know, unbelievable for 2021 or 2022, and that we can be having system failure back to back. It's now something that's becoming very ridiculous to hear.
Yes, yes.
Wow, and somebody in the Electricity Regulatory Commission will be talking about 5,000 megawatts. I've been hearing that for the past 20 years. 4,000, 5,000 megawatts since the Obasanjo regime. They've been talking about that.
And that is if we even are able to do that. To do 5,000 megawatts is not easy under the current dispensation. It's a matter of doing it, and then it will take a long time before you are able to do it again. We've never reached the 6,000 megawatts threshold. Never. We never got there. During the Fashola years, the highest we went was 5,313 megawatts.
What brought us down again?
No, all kinds of factors. Sometimes gas constraints, sometimes sabotage, you know. The boys who even keep sabotaging gas pipelines, I wonder what it is they want to achieve. It is not PMS that is running through those gas pipelines. Once you break the gas pipeline, you cannot pipe it. You've wasted your time. So why go to break this pipeline? So, and once we can't get gas supply to the power plants.
No, if you break that pipeline now,
Yes.
you cannot store it.
No.
So
There's
it's
no
sheer
way by-
wickedness if
Yes,
you just
there's no
bust
way
it.
by which you cannot pipe it. You can. It's not useful to you. Now, because power plants are located far away from the source of gas, you see pipelines crisscrossing communities. These pipelines need to be protected. But there are boys who go. I'm not saying that every time we have system failure, that is the problem. But many times, if we do not have an equilibrium level of supply of gas across the thermal stations, there's no way you won't have system failure. There's a level that you cannot go beyond. If you look at the number of power plants that we have, a certain number must be working at a particular time, otherwise it will trigger a system failure. If, for example, about 6, 7, or 8 of the power plants can't function because of gas constraints, then expect a system failure, because it won't be able to reach that equilibrium level, that it is expected to reach. Now look at what they are talking about. Drop from 3,000 went to 2,788. Nigeria, giant of Africa,
788.
talking about 3,000 megawatts. That's where it even came down from. You can see why even in my house it's difficult to get electricity. And this is happening at a difficult time for everyone. Diesel is expensive. Now, public electricity supply is not constant. Companies are struggling. Even broadcast stations.
Yeah.
Broadcast stations are reporting that they are now using 150% more the level of gas than before. I mean, diesel than before. Like our station here, we have to power on diesel. You use diesel to power your generators. If you are using now 150% more diesel than you used to use,
when
that
it
you are
was even
using
cheaper.
even at the beginning of the year. You know, it was 255 at the beginning of the year now. Now we are talking of 850, 780, depending on where you are buying. If you are buying from Maiduguri, my friends told me it's 1,000 per liter. And in Maiduguri, to remember, Boko Haram destroyed their power installations. So the people have not had sufficient electricity, just a few places.
We should not be talking about gas in Nigeria, being the country with this, like the 6th largest producer of gas in the world. We have the Nigerian liquefied natural gas, and I don't know, why should it be a big deal for these power stations to be owing gas companies, and there will always be shortage and scarcity of gas?
You know, the more you look, as they say, is the less you see and understand. We have been talking about this for months. 2-3 months or less than that ago, we were here on this table talking about system collapse. Now, if you are one of the biggest producers of gas in the world, it beggars belief and imagination that you will now be the one that will be having this problem. I mean, you cannot be at the bank of the river, as Chebe said, and be using spittle to wash your hands. So why is it that Nigeria, with all the deep and rich gas supply that we have, we cannot provide electricity? Now, what does it take? All this idea of, gas flaring must stop in the year 2010. You know, when it go to near 2010, you say 2015. Near 2015, you say 20. Now, when are we going to stop? What exactly is the technology that we need that we cannot buy, either with the money the gas is producing, or is it the knowledge? We have people studying petroleum engineering. We study all these. What are we doing with them? Everybody now is saying, I'm into oil and gas. What is oil and gas? To lift imported fuel from Tinkan and ferry to Maiduguri, is that what we call being in oil and gas? So what exactly is the problem? Why is it that we have not been able to solve this problem? And it is simple. Nigerians, we like a situation where we do fire brigade measure. Let us just do it and make quick money, and we forget about establishing the infrastructure that we need. So those are that is one of the major problems.
Julie, another leg to this problem is that it's not as if you can not easily point out our next door neighbor having power supply 24 hours. Countries like Togo, Republic of Benin, Ghana, at least I was still in the Republic of Benin last year. And
those ones we are the ones giving them.
So what is our own problem?
We are the ones giving them. You know, you will not joke with giving them. Nigerians don't understand. Some are saying, you don't have enough, you are giving electricity to your neighbors.
You don't want them to...
You signed a deal with them that you will provide it. You signed a deal that you will provide it, because the alternative would have been for them.
Are we obligated?
Yes.
Yes.
Because, see, if you look at the River Niger coming from Futajalon, we are the lowest point, which means if our neighbors decided to dam it, we won't have water to do the Kanji Dam and other places.
Just like the Suez Canal in Egypt.
Yes, during Gamal Abdel side, caused so much problem. So we then had a deal with them that don't dam the River Niger, because we want to build Kanji.
Okay.
Kanji, then we built Kanji on 700 megawatts capacity. Back then, the country is a lot bigger now. 700 megawatts can't go far anymore. So, yes, in Niger there. Now, since you have told them don't dam, then you must
provide
electricity. Or else they may be tempted in future to say, why are we sovereign in the midst of plenty? They will go and do their own. Look at the problem between Ethiopia and Egypt now.
Over Suez Canal.
Because they too, they want the access to water. God has blessed us sufficiently as a country. Even if we don't use that one, look at, maybe we have Mambila.
Yeah.
Mambila, if we build Mambila today,
We
it
may
will
not
give us
go-
3 times the
Yeah.
capacity of Kainji.
We may not
But
even
it's
bother
wasting
about
there.
it. Yeah,
This administration too will leave after 8 years and fail to fulfill the promise that he made that it will deliver Mambila. You know, something that will give us more than 3 times the capacity. In fact, the area, the Mambila, the project area, is 6 times the size of Lagos. The project area is 6 times the size of Lagos. Look at the opportunities that we are wasting as a country.
wasting, and we just
No
shrug our
road to the
shoulders
place.
and-
I went there. I rode on a bike to
With that report,
more
yeah.
than 2 hours to get to the dam site, and I fell down. I fell on the while taking the ride. The cameraman said, I thought he recorded it so that Nigerians will see
What?
that it's not easy to get
It's
to that
not
place.
easy, yeah.
He said, why will I record where my boss fell? I said, that's the story. He didn't know.
He's not journalist.
Yeah, he was just trying to be this thing, very respectful. So he did not put that point where I fell. He said, how can I record where my Oga fell?
Well, God felt that.
But that's to say to you that, look, it's extremely painful even accessing that location. There's no road. You will be buffeted by shrubs, you know, along the way. And we're just wasting.
All right. Okay.